What's up, everyone? Welcome to HR Chapter 2. We're looking at strategies and human resource planning. And we are going to go through this chapter together. So let's take a closer look. You can take a look at the learning outcomes that we have. You can read that at your own pace, but essentially these are the things that we are going to go through. Okay. Let's do this. Okay, so strategic planning is the foundation of long-term business success. It involves setting goals, analyzing external environments, assessing internal capabilities, and developing strategies to maintain a competitive advantage. HR planning, or workforce planning, is the process of aligning talent management with business objectives to ensure that companies have the right people with the right skill at the right time. Now, when we are looking at this process, we are looking for, sorry, I kind of lost my place. 1 second, let me get back to where I was. There we go. Okay. So essentially, as we were saying, HR planning or workforce development is this process that aligns talent management with the business objectives. So the idea is to ensure that companies have the right people with the right skills at the right time. Without effective HR planning, organizations face talent shortage, skills mismatches, and workforce inefficiencies. So strategic HR management takes HR planning a step further by integrating workforce strategies into overall corporate goals. And that includes a few things. So it includes workplace analysis for forecasting hiring needs. It includes talent acquisitions and retention. It includes leadership development and succession planning, and it includes aligning compensation and benefit with company performances. And so organizations that excel really at HR planning proactively manage their workforce risk, they improve employee engagement, and they enhance the overall business performance. All right, so we're looking at this diagram, and this diagram illustrates how HR planning directly connects to business strategies. These steps include mission, visions, and values. So they define the organization's core purpose and direction. We'll talk a little bit more about these as well. External analysis, so assessing industry trends, competition, regulatory factors, and labor market conditions. Internal analysis, so you're also evaluating workforce capabilities, culture, and operational strength. Strategy formulation, so develop business and HR strategies that align with corporate objectives. Implementing HR initiatives such as recruitment, training, and performance management to support strategy, and that falls under strategic execution. And finally, evaluation, and that is this continuously assessing HR effectiveness using metrics and adapt strategies as it is needed. All right, let's break these down. You've heard of a mission statement, you've heard of a vision, core values, things that we've heard about, but what are these things in actuality? So, mission is the core purpose of the organization, and it really just answers the question, why do we exist? Then we have, so once you've answered that, once you've figured out why you exist, what's the driving force, then you've got to create something called the strategic vision, or just vision by itself. And that is a future-oriented statement outlining where the company is headed and what it aspires to achieve. So it provides long-term direction and inspiring employees towards a common goal. So, and then we have core values. And those are the ethical principles and values that shape company culture. And these values tend to influence decision-making process, leadership behavior, and workforce standards. So you have companies like Amazon that have, I believe, I want to say the 12 basics. Let me find them for you. Hold on. Let me get you guys to a place where I don't have like a billion different things that are open. All right. So you're looking at Amazon mission and vision so that you guys can see an actual example. So I don't know if they have it right. They should have it somewhere. They keep changing their websites. Let's take a look. All right. That should have them. Mission statement for Amazon is to be Earth's more consumer-centric company. That's what they do. They want to be the most consumer-centric company. Their vision statement to be Earth's more consumer-centric company, to build a place where people can find and discover anything they might want to buy online. Now, again, this is Amazon. We're talking about a huge, big world things. And there it is. Amazon's mission is to be Earth's most customer-centric companies. And they also, so you can kind of see that this is what they look for, right? But you can also see it in their core competencies or core values. And I believe they have 12 of them. I want to do the interview ones. There we go. These are the 16 leadership things that they live by. I want them listed on their website. I don't know why it's not there. Okay. So some of the things, they actually do a great job at outlining them. So if you want to go back into the to this website, leadership principles, you can kind of see what Amazon is about. And if you're ever interviewing for this company, you'll see that these are the things they actually ask. Because the entire point of this interview process is not to waste time later, not to hinder company culture by adding someone who doesn't fit and doesn't believe in what they believe in. So what they've outlined here is customer obsessions, ownership, invent and simplicity, right a lot. Leaders are right a lot. They have a strong judgment and good instinct. They seek diverse perspective and work with discomfort, disconfirm their beliefs. That's what they're trying to do, right? They want someone who is like this. They want someone who is a leader that is curious to learn and wants to learn more things. They're always improving themselves. They want to hire and develop the best. They want all these things. And so when they come to hire, they look for these qualities in these people. And it's just actually wonderful. Okay, so you can kind of see a live example of that. All right. 1 second. So we're going to start with this idea of developing a mission statement. And a mission statement is the foundation of the organization's identity. It provides clarity on why the business exists and what difference it is from its competitors. So when creating or crafting a mission statement, leaders must deeply analyze the company's core purpose. The question that we're asking, what does this organization fulfill? And that requires businesses to identify gaps in the market where they can provide value beyond the existing competitors. This is critical for long-term relevance and positioning. Understanding the target customer is essential. The business statement should actually reflect not only the needs of the market, but also define how the business serves. A business operating locally may have different priorities than the one with global ambitions. So we looked at Amazon. Amazon has this global ambition, obviously, and they are global. And so you saw their business statement or their mission statement to be a little bit different. Similarly, if you're identifying core value, it's actually crucial that they influence company culture, branding, and employee engagement. So core values should be more than words. They should guide decision-making and daily operations. And then lastly, differentiation is the key to competitive advantage. So a company must articulate how its mission and value sets it apart from its competitors in a meaningful way. Now, human resources play a crucial role in embedding the company's mission, vision, and its core values into the culture. So effective HR practices ensure that these principles are not just corporate statements, but a live or lived experience with organizations. So communication is central to this process. HR must find ways to reinforce the mission through meetings, newsletters, onboarding programs, and recognition events. The more employees understand and align with the mission, the stronger the corporate identity becomes. Recruitment and hiring strategies must reflect the firm's value. Companies that prioritize innovation should seek employees who exhibit creative thinking and adaptability. Those focused on customer services should also recruit individuals with empathy, communication skills. Beyond hiring, you're looking at performance management systems that just reinforce these values and recognize that employees who demonstrate core principle strength, a culture of alignment and engagement should actually be recognized as well. All right, 2 steps. External analysis. So a company cannot function in isolation. External factors significantly impact a business's success. So what you want to do is you want to create something called a SWOT analysis, and that is strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. These provide a structured way, to analyze both internal capabilities and external influences. So strengths and weaknesses are internal and controllable, whereas threats and opportunities are external and they're beyond direct control. The second thing you want to do is something called environmental scanning, and it is another key practice. Organizations must continuously monitor trends in politics, economics, technology, and society that can affect their organization. For example, regulatory changes, shifts in consumer behaviors, and technology advancements, all these things can either create new opportunities or pose significant threats. Businesses that proactively respond to these external factors are better equipped to maintain competitive advances, right? Or to be competitive in a general sense. Now we're looking at this figure, and these are Porter's 5 forces which is a tool in strategic business analysis. And these 5 forces, it's rivalry among existing firms. You're looking at threats of new entrants. You're looking at bargaining powers of suppliers, bargaining powers of customers, and threat of substitutes. All of these things, they create this framework of what is shaping the competitive landscape. So each force influences pricing, profitability, market positioning. You want to understand these forces, or understanding rather these forces, it allows you as a business to develop strategies that mitigate risk. So for example, if new entrants pose a significant threat, a company may invest in a brand new loyalty program or proprietary technology to create a barrier to entry. If suppliers hold significant powers, firms can actually diversify their supply chains to reduce dependency. So you're no longer dependent on this particular supplier. So the goal is to achieve a sustainable competitive advantage by anticipating and adapting to industry dynamics. Shareholder analysis is really just vital for businesses. What you're looking at primary shareholders, these are people like customers, employees, and investors that have a direct impact on the business's success. Now, these individuals and group, they require active engagement and strategic planning to ensure satisfaction and alignment with corporate goal. Secondary shareholders, things like government regulators, community organizations, and advocacy groups may not qualify to directly influence profit, but they still shape the business environment. Companies that effectively manage relationships with both stakeholder groups are better positioned to navigate challenges and seek opportunity or seize the opportunities that are there. The involvement of primary stakeholders actually requires consultations and collaborations, whereas secondary stakeholders can be managed through transparency and corporate social responsibility initiatives, so things that extend into the environment. All right, so now if you're at an HR and you have a dashboard right there, HR dashboard provide data-driven insight into the workforce management. These dashboards or softwares that you have or compensation, they track critical metrics such as employee turnover, absenteeism, workforce demographics, and service years. By leveraging this data, HR professionals can make informed decisions about recruitment, retention strategies, and employee management program. For example, a rising turnover rate indicates issues with workplace culture, compensation structures, promoting HR or investigate and adjust policies accordingly. Similarly, if you're looking at analyzing absenteeism, that trend can help organizations implement wellness programs or flexible work arrangement to improve productivity so that you're not straining the employees. So you're looking for trends to understand, oh, what is happening before that is allowing these people or forcing these people to take time off. Data-driven HR management enables proactive rather than reactive decision-making, which is where you want to be because that enhances workforce stability and performance. All right, so step 3, while external analysis is crucial, it's actually very crucial to look at internal analysis. Organizations must evaluate their core strengths and weaknesses to align with their capabilities with market opportunities. This involves assessing financial resources, operating efficiencies, employee skill sets, and brand reputation. Companies that excel in internal analysis are better positioned to leverage their competitive advantages. For example, a firm with a strong research development (R&D) department can capitalize on innovation to stay ahead of the competitors. Likewise, businesses with highly engaged workforce can drive higher productivity and customer satisfaction. What you want to do really is identify weaknesses, such as maybe outdated technology or higher employee turnover. That allows you as the organization to implement targeted improvements that are really just there so that you can grow and you can understand things a little bit better. Now we're going to take a look at core capabilities. And core capabilities define what makes an organization unique and how it delivers values to customers. These capabilities can be organized into 3 categories that we're going to look at. So we have the process, we have systems, and we have people. Processes refer to standardized methods that ensure consistency and efficiency. Systems includes databases and proprietary technology, such as operational effectiveness. Lastly, people. So the people, the knowledge, the skills, the abilities of the employees are perhaps the most crucial part of a long-term success. So value creation is really at the heart of core capabilities. Businesses must assess their own offerings to provide benefits that exceed production costs. Companies that successfully leverage their capabilities differentiate themselves in the market. They achieve operational efficiency and they enhance customer satisfaction. And that is exactly what you want to be doing. People are the company's most valuable asset. To sustain a competitive advantage, an organization must ensure that their workforce processes 4 key characteristics. So what you're looking at is value, rarity, immutability, there we go, and organization. So employees should look to contribute unique values to companies' objectives. So rare skills such as deep technological expertise or strong leadership, and provide a competitive edge. Now, the inimitability refers to difficulty in competitors face in replicating an organization's human capital. So this can be achieved through specialized training programs, strong company culture, and knowledge sharing structures. And finally, resources must be organized effectively, meaning the company should have a system in place to maximize employee contribution, and businesses that meet these criteria can actually maintain long-term strategic advantages over their competitors. Mapping out human capital is essential for businesses to understand the strategic value of different roles. So the framework in this slide actually characterizes jobs based on their uniqueness of skills and their value to the customer. Strategic roles, such as sales and finance, require highly specialized and directly contribute to business success. On the other hand, support roles like manufacturing and distributions are essential but do not necessarily differentiate the company from its competitors. Complementary roles such as R&D, so research and development partners, legal teams, provide a critical expertise that enhances the organization's innovation and compliance. Meanwhile, core roles such as customer service and quality control assurance, product and service consistency, ensures product and service consistency. Understanding this matrix really just allows HR leaders to allocate resources effectively and ensure that the right talent is placed in the right places to drive business strategy. Now, workforce is made up of different types of talent. What we're looking at is that each of these talents is playing a distinct role in the organization's success. You've got strategic knowledge workers, so these are people that possess unique skills integral to the company's competitive edge, making them difficult to replace. You've got core employees, and these are the people who are valuable team members who contribute to operations but do not necessarily possess highly unique skills. And you have supporting workers perform tasks that are necessary but widely available in the job market, such as administrative support or customer service representative. And lastly, you have a complementary external partners, and those bring in the specialized skills that are not part of the company's core competencies, such as legal consultants, advisors, and external IT specialists. Corporate culture defines the shared values, attitude, and behaviors within the organization. So conducting cultural audits helps business assess their work environment and employee engagement. So when you're looking at cultural audits, you're really just examining various elements that includes how business is conducted, communication style, and crisis resolution approaches. What you can do is surveys, focus groups, and feedback mechanisms that provide insight into workplace satisfaction and potential areas for improvements. Right. You have four basic types of organizational structures, and these are clan cultures, so found in companies that emphasize collaboration and family-like atmospheres, or you're looking at things like Google, where employees feel valued and connected through strong teamwork and mentorship. You've got adheracy culture, which focuses on high risk-taking, innovation, and adaptabilities, and you see that in companies like Starbucks. You have hierarchy culture, and these are characterized by formal structures, rules, and procedures, such as transport, stability, efficiency, and well-defined processes are key features of these places. And lastly, you have the market cultures, which is driven by competition results. Typical of firms like Goldman Sachs, these organizations prioritize performance, customer satisfaction, and achieving financial goals. HR forecasting helps organizations predict future talent needs and ensures balance between labor supply and demand. So forecasting demands involve evaluating factors such as product demand, economic conditions, and technology advancements. Techniques like trend analysis and managerial estimates help estimate workforce requirement based on business growth projections. So what you want to do is you want to balance supply and demand, and that involves strategies to address shortages and surpluses. So companies facing talent shortages can increase overtime, hire full-time employees, or outsource tasks. And conversely, in times of surplus, organizations may implement hiring freezes, reduce workforce, or reduce hours, or offer early retirement programs. These are all parts of things that HR would do. Let's take a closer look. So forecasting forecasting demands for employees, you are looking at both qualitative and quantitative approaches. Trend analysis predicts labor needs based on historic data and business trends, while advanced statistical modeling refines these projections. So qualitative methods such as management forecast leverages expert opinions to estimate workforce requirements, and then you have the Delphi technique, which gathers input from industry specialists to create a census based on labor predictions. And what you want to do is you want to combine these approaches that allow you as HR or HR team to make informed hiring decisions. Now, if you're looking at forecasting to supply employees, you have to understand the supplying side of the workforce planning, which is crucial for sustainable growth. Staffing tables provide a snapshot of current employees and anticipated hiring needs. You're looking at Markov analysis, which tracks internal employee movements, such as promotion and turnover rates. You're looking at quality of fill, which is metric that assesses how well new hires perform, ensuring that these talent acquisitions align with their business needs. And you're looking at skills inventory and management inventories. And these are compile employee applications, competencies, and career progressions. Now, these databases, they enable HR to match talent with job opportunity efficiently and plan succession pathways pathways for leadership roles. So you're kind of moving towards those positions. You're anticipating what you're going to get, and you're moving towards those positions. In this figure, we're looking at the Markov analysis, and that helps organizations predict workforce transitions and retention rate. So the hypothetical analysis in this slide actually illustrates employees' movements between roles. So such as promotions from sales associates to department manager, you're looking at tracking these transitions because it helps HR develop target retention strategies and career development programs. Key insights from these analyses include identifying departments with high turnover rates and assessing talent pipelines for leadership positions. So companies can actually use this data to design succession plans and improve internal career mobility. Forecasting is just you want to look at it. Forecasting to supply for employees. So your replacement and succession planning. So effective workforce planning requires structured replacement and succession strategies. So replacement charts identify potential successors for key roles. So who could replace this person, ensuring smooth transitions in case of sudden departures. Succession planning proactively develops employees for future leadership roles through trainings and mentorship. You kind of see this person, you're like, okay, well, this person is on fire. I want to promote them one day. This is what I'm going to do to help them get there. All right. And companies often conduct talent reviews to assess whether their workforce has necessary skills for future business growth or they do not. And this is kind of what they are doing. All right, and this is an executive replacement chart, and it's a visualized succession planning by mapping out leadership transitions. So it identifies promotable employees, individuals needing further development, and those who may not be suitable for advancement. So using structured ranking systems, HR leaders can actually ensure the top talent is nurtured and prepared for critical roles. Strategic workforce planning actually ensures long-term business continuity. Organizations that invest in leadership pipelines reduce disruptions and enhance stability in key operational areas. And so, by integrating HR forecasting culture, integrating HR forecasting, culture alignment, and talent mapping, companies can actually sustain growth and maintain competitive edge in this marketplace or evolving job marketplace that is available. So assessing human capital is critical function of HRs and allows this organization to align their workforce capabilities with their business needs. This framework presented in the slide that you're looking at divides up the firm's talent pools across key business processes. From discovery to development, from operation and communication. Now, each stage involves different skill sets, including bioscience, scientists and research, pharmacist in product development, and supply chain specialist in operations. So this is for a particular company called Pharmaco, or this is the example that we're using. And you can kind of see which roles go where in which part of this strategy. And so you have to be ready for these things. Formulating a strategy is structured process that begins with a SWOT analysis is very important. And this is something we talked about earlier, but this tool really just helps business transitions from identifying their internal capabilities to crafting actionable items. That is the whole point of all of this. You are creating an analysis of what is the state of the company, what's going on in and around it. This is an example of a company called Liz Claiborne, which is a clothing company. And so you're looking at the strength, the weaknesses, the opportunities, and the threats. So some of the strength, it's a recognizable brand. Some of the weaknesses, changing customer needs. Clothing line is complete success or costly mistake. There's, it can either be really, really good or it could be really bad. Opportunities, overseas markets, threats, government regulations, shopping patterns, quota restrictions, all these things could be an example of what the company would look at when they are conducting a SWOT analysis. Now, a firm's corporate strategies define where and how it competes in the marketplace. And there are three key components that we're looking at. We're looking at growth and diversification, so expanding into new markets, industries, or product lines to reduce reliance on single revenue streams. You can also do mergers and acquisitions, so acquiring or merging with other companies to strengthen market positions and leveraging synergies, the things that they both have. And you can also create a strategic alliance and joint ventures. Now, collaborating with other businesses to share resources, enter new markets, and develop innovative products. So each approach actually presents its unique risks and its unique rewards, and you really just want to be careful planning and executing to ensure that there's this alignment with the company's long-term vision. Whatever you decide to do, there has to be an alignment with the company's long-term vision and what they long to do, what they want to achieve. Business strategies, they focus on how companies compete within a chosen market. And there are two primary strategies that we're looking at. We are looking at cost leadership, so low-cost strategies. You're kind of trying to get the lowest price possible, so competing on prices by optimizing production, reducing overhead, and achieving economies of scale. So essentially, you want to lower costs as much as possible so that you can sell your product at a lower cost as well. And the second thing is differentiation strategies. So you're offering unique products, superior customer services, or innovative technology that just stands out from the competitors. It's very similar to what's going on in the world of technology today. And you can see that there's quite a few things that that you can move through as well. All right, so execution is the bridge between strategic planning and tangible results. It involves integrating human capital, so employee skills, motivations, things like that, with organizational capitals, business structures, technologies, and processes. And that execution requires a few things. It requires alignment, agility, capability development, and process optimization. So, alignment, ensuring that every employee understands and works toward a strategic goal. Agility, adapting quickly to changes in markets or business environment. Capabilities, so capability development, so building a skilled workforce through training, hiring, leadership process, all these fun things. And lastly, process optimization, that is streamlining business operations for efficiency and effectiveness. In this figure, you're looking at the 4A's framework that outline the essential component of execution capabilities. So what are the 4A's that we have? We have alignment, agility, ability, and architecture. And these are essentially what we were talking about before. So alignment, employees must share the common goals and be held accountable for achieving them. Agility is the organizations should be responsible to make market changes and external influences. Ability is talent capabilities, leadership strength, and employee engagement, and architecture, so streamlined, structured, efficient systems and clear processes that create a solid foundation for strategy implementation. All right, now HR, it plays a pivotal role in execution by forecasting agility and alignment talent with the business needs. It's very important. So HR agility is achieved through two things. One, you're looking at coordination agility. Two, you're looking at resource agility. So when we are looking at coordination agility, it is rapidly reallocating resources in response to business demands. You have to be very quick at that. Where you're looking at resource agility, you're developing employees across different functions based on evolving needs. So HR is responsible for reconciling supply and demand, ensuring that workforce capabilities align with the business requirements, and that effective workforce planning that they're doing, it has to help maintain the balance between labor availability and operational efficiency, supporting the overall strategy execution. So to evaluate the to evaluate the performance, we're talking about evaluation. Firms must establish a set of desired objectives, metrics to monitor the effectiveness of these evaluations. So the objective might include production levels, revenue, profits, market shares, and customer satisfaction, as well as market penetration. Evaluating a firm's strategic alignment involves two things. Actually, give me 1 second. I need to do something very quick with my notes. All right, so we are back on track. And so evaluating firm's performance is not just something you do in passing. So what you want to do is you have to be very intentional about performances. So companies must set desired objectives, which serve as a benchmark against which the process is actually being measured. So you're looking at objectives that often include production levels, revenue targets, and profit margins, market shares expansions, customer satisfaction, market penetrations for which you're looking at. And so without these clear objectives, what ends up happening is that the firm risks stagnation and inefficiencies. And there would be no standards against which to measure or assess the performances. And so you have to have these metrics available. Now, strategic alignment with the firm's HR policies ensure that human capital initiative effectively support overall business objectives. So there are two primary types of this strategic alignment, where you're looking at vertical and horizontal, and they refer to the connections between HR strategies and the overarching business goals. and ensuring that the workforce initiative development or the workforce initiative supports corporate development and innovation and cost leadership. So what is horizontal fit? Sorry, that was the vertical fit, and so that refers to the connection between the strategies and my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna redo this one. Hang on with me. I feel like I blew through that one. That I personally myself was not paying attention. Okay. Vertical alignment. We're talking about connection between HR strategist and the overarching business goals. So you're looking at workforce initiative support, initiative that support corporate objectives, so growth, innovation, and cost leadership. A horizontal fit or alignment, on the other hand, they ensure that various HR policies, recruitment, training, performance management, and compensation, they work cohesively. So they work together. So misalignment in these areas could lead to inefficiencies. So such as rewarding behaviors that do not contribute to the company's goals. So for example, if a company wants to promote teamwork, but has an incentive structure rather than that incentive structure that rather rewards the individual performance exclusively, this will contradict with the cultural dissonance and it will reduce the overall effectiveness because their goal is actually to promote teamwork. All right. Now, a widely used tool for strategic alignment is balanced scorecards, so BSC. And the balanced scorecards actually provide a structured framework for translating strategic objectives into measurable operational goals across multiple dimensions. So you're looking at financial performance, customer satisfaction, as well as internal processes and learning and growth. By integrating HR metrics into this BSC, companies ensure that workforce initiatives directly contribute to achieving strategic outcome, which is kind of the point, okay? Now, these are figures that show us a little bit of the horizontal fit, and that involves evaluating how different HR practices and business functions interact to support workforce objective. And this assessment examines how HR components such as staffing, training, rewards, leadership, and technology ensure that they collectively contribute to organizational goals. So for example, it's companies that rely on cross-functional teams and job rotations often see an increase in adaptability and innovation with their workforce. However, if these initiatives are not supported by appropriate training programs and leadership structures, what happens is that their effectiveness starts to diminish. And what you want to do is you want to ensure alignment between training efforts and job responsibilities. Right? So this is just like an overview and a look, and it could tell you how much of a priority it is, how neutral it is, or how strongly counterproductive something is based on a numerical metric. Okay, and then the last thing we're going to look at is a well-structured metric model that is essential for tracking business performances across strategic dimensions. You guys, I took off my microphone and I forgot to put it back on, so I don't know if you heard me accurately over the past few slides, but hopefully that has been the case. So a financial metric remains at the core of business evaluation. Obviously, there's no money, there's no business. Okay, so we want to make sure that that's happening. So profitability and revenue, this is different for nonprofits, but money is still needed. So, but profitability and revenue growth directly influence sustainability. But financial success is often the outcome of customer satisfactions, operational efficiency, and employee engagement. So what you're looking at, you have to measure success across these dimensions to actually get a holistic approach. So you want to understand all of it so that you can understand why is the money lower or higher than usual. All right, my friends, that is it for today. Please let me know if you have any questions, and I will be with you in the next video. Bye for now.